Today we're going to talk about what we've actually done in actually driving change throughout the food system.
There is a real sense in this collaboration approach. And I've learned one thing, is that you don't shine a torch, but you light the room, because you'll see what others are seeing.
That is primarily around communication. That's where the grower does stuff slightly differently because it suits us, or we do things slightly differently because it suits them, and there's no detriment to either party. So if we and they communicate rather more effectively about when things need to be done, then there are clearly some benefits to be had there.
There are advantages analysis across the entire supply chain to identify savings, and having RAP there helped to break down the barriers. We had identified that potatoes were a high wastage area all through the supply chain, and having a separate project gave us space to examine practices in depth. So the delivery results: trickle tape irrigation. You bury a tape in the soil and it trickles the water in to the potatoes rather than spraying vast amounts of water over the field, which a lot of it gets wasted. That increases supply chain profitability by more than £100,000 for us. The savings available in excess of £50,000 a year to us through reviewing packaging systems and training, and that's about making sure that we're reducing the amount of waste on films less. Train people to do it correctly and you can save a lot of money and a lot of wasted packaging.
We are delivering the Sustainable Product Development and Design Pathfinder with RAP. We're now turning our attention and expertise more and more to sustainability challenges. Crucially, one of the things we're trying to do is, of course, just to make sustainability part of good design. But I can imagine in future where we'll start to head with all of this stuff is really to the very early stages. So where sustainability almost becomes an innovation platform. How can we deliver a new generation of sustainability-driven innovations?
It is a real challenge for teams operationally within businesses to move from indicative information, be it at commodity level, hotspot level, country level, risk level, down into what do I actually do. This for us is a great example about trying to seek out and work with the right partners. In the context of this piece of work, the right partners very much being RAP. It feels like a slightly novel concept to say it's great to be spending our time doing this, but what about if we actually spent some more time thinking about how we could design things to be more sustainable in the first place? And it really is that simple. Design is that place where doing things to products is much easier before they're created. From a commercial point of view, from a buy-in point of view, from engagement of all of the different cross-functional teams, much easier. So actually that makes a lot of sense. It is the opportunity actually to work through a product life cycle and a product supply chain.
What we decided to do was look at one particular product and take it across its value stream. We were trying to measure the true cost of waste. So we were measuring energy, disposal, labour and water. What we found was that the farm stage, where the milk tankers were coming in, that's where we had a lot of waste going on. The most quick wins was actually putting in detectors and metering. It's a classic, it's the basics you forget sometimes. The biggest win we had was one particular project where we looked at chocolate waste and we reduced it by 10 tonnes. So we looked at everything from labour, packaging, process, metering. And then when we measured the whole waste reduction, we found that we had actually achieved 15% reduction in that supply chain for that particular chocolate. The first benefit is you suddenly get a very good relationship. So with the farmers, we had a better discussion. Rather than talking price, we suddenly started talking about environmental impacts and reduction of environmental impacts. Humanity has this thing that we live in boundaries, but every time we just stretch it further. That's something you have to break out, that paradigm that it's not a finite approach. You can keep stretching this further and further. RAP has some fantastic information. There's a fantastic knowledge base there. You don't have to go hunting everywhere. We have to reimagine and redesign what we're doing. We can't sit still and just take processes which were designed in the 50s and carry on. Thank you to RAP, because this project, in all honesty, has stayed on track, and we've done things because of RAP.
Collaboration can deliver real change when we're working together to help consumers change behaviour and reduce the amount of food they throw away.